Beloved souls, have you ever found yourself adrift in a sea of chaos, tossed about by the relentless waves of external opinion, judgment, and negativity? Have you ever longed for a haven, a sanctuary within yourself where the storms of the outside world simply cannot penetrate? Imagine, truly imagine, a realm of inner peace so profound, so steadfast, that criticism becomes like whispers carried away on the wind. You remain centered, serene, unshakable. Is this a mere fantasy? A pipe dream reserved for enlightened masters in faraway monasteries? No, dear friends. It is a possibility. It is your birthright. In the moments to come, we shall unearth 8 ancient, yet breathtakingly relevant truths, inspired by the profound wisdom of the Buddha, that will empower you to live as if nothing can truly bother you. These are not mere platitudes or theoretical musings. These teachings are the keys, intricate and finely crafted, that unlock a life of profound freedom, a life lived from the very heart of your being. By the end of this journey, you will possess practical tools, actionable insights to cultivate unwavering calm, a crystal clarity, and a profound sense of purpose, regardless of what the ever-changing tides of life may bring. Are you ready to embark on this transformational odyssey of self-discovery, of radical inner peace, and ultimately, of liberation? Then let's begin. Principle 1. Transcending the illusion of hate. Embracing metta, the insidious shadow of hate. It is a persistent whisper, a nagging presence in the human experience. From the fleeting moments of irritation that flicker across our awareness like summer lightning, to the deep-seated animosity that burrows into the depths of our being, its presence, unchecked, can darken our hearts, cloud our minds, and poison our very souls. Yet the Buddha, that beacon of compassion and wisdom, illuminated a path beyond this encroaching darkness, a path paved not with righteous indignation or vengeful retribution, but with metta-loving kindness. It sounds simple, doesn't it? Don't hate those who hate you. But what does this truly mean when you are confronted with the raw sting of prejudice, the icy cruelty of indifference, or even the subtle barbs of disrespect that can wound just as deeply? First, and perhaps most crucially, it is essential to recognize the root, the very source of this corrosive emotion we call hate. In the elegant and profound tapestry of Buddhist philosophy, hate is understood to stem from a fundamental ignorance and inability, often subconscious, to perceive the interconnectedness of all beings, a deep misunderstanding of the very nature of reality itself. When another soul, caught in the throes of their own pain, directs hate toward you, it is, in essence, a tragic reflection of their inner turmoil, their unresolved wounds, their desperately sought release. They are, in their profound misunderstanding, projecting their own suffering outward, hoping, perhaps unconsciously, to find solace by inflicting pain on another. Consider this vivid image. Imagine a tree, gnarled and twisted, bearing fruit that is bitter, even poisonous. Does the evil reside inherently within the fruit itself? No. The tainted fruit is merely a symptom, a manifestation of the tree's own struggle, of the poisoned soil from which it draws its sustenance. The fruit is not inherently evil, but rather a tragic indicator of a deeper imbalance. Similarly, the harsh words and destructive actions of a hateful person are often not born of inherent malice, but are the outward signs, the visible symptoms of their own inner suffering, of their own unresolved pain. This understanding, let me be clear, does not excuse their harmful behavior. It does not condone their actions or minimize the pain they inflict. But it does offer us a crucial pathway to understanding, a pathway that allows us to respond with wisdom and compassion, rather than being consumed by the very negativity that they are projecting. When you find yourself facing someone acting out of hate, challenge yourself with gentle persistence to cultivate compassion within your own heart. Envision them not as a monster or an enemy, but as a lost and wounded soul, desperately seeking solace in a world that has, for them, become a source of unbearable pain. This does not mean that you must embrace them or allow them to continue their harmful actions. But it does mean refusing to be defined by their negativity, refusing to allow their darkness to dim your own inner light. It means recognizing that their hate is their burden, not yours. Let's bring this teaching to the concrete reality of your daily life. Imagine a scenario where you encounter someone online, perhaps on social media, who leaves a hateful, vitriolic comment on a post you have shared. Your initial reaction, quite understandably, might be a surge of anger, a wave of defensiveness, or even a compelling desire to retaliate, to meet their hate with an equal measure of your own. Pause. Breathe deeply. Remind yourself that this person, whomever they may be, is likely grappling with their own internal demons, their own unresolved issues. Perhaps they are feeling insecure, powerless, or deeply unhappy in their own life. Their hateful comment is not a reflection of your worth, but a distorted mirror reflecting their own inner state. Rather than engaging in a heated, ultimately fruitless argument, you might choose, with conscious intention, to respond with kindness, with understanding, or even, in some cases, simply to ignore the comment altogether, allowing it to dissipate into the digital ether. You are not responsible for their negativity. You are not obligated to absorb it, to carry it within you. You have the power, the agency, to choose your response. But metta, that boundless loving kindness, goes far beyond mere tolerance. It's not simply about passively enduring hateful behavior, gritting your teeth and bearing the brunt of their negativity. It's about actively cultivating a wellspring of loving kindness, even toward those who seem most undeserving, even toward those who actively seek to inflict pain upon you. This is a profound, challenging practice, one that requires constant effort, unwavering self-awareness, and a deep commitment to personal growth. However, the rewards for embracing this practice are truly immeasurable. Inner peace that transcends external circumstances, freedom from the corrosive grip of resentment, and a deepened sense of connection to all beings, regardless of their actions. And remember the power of forgiveness. Holding on to hate, clinging to resentment, is like grasping a burning coal with your bare hand. You are the one who ultimately gets burned. Forgiveness, on the other hand, is like releasing that coal, freeing yourself from its destructive heat. Forgiveness is not about condoning harmful behavior. It is not about minimizing the pain that has been inflicted. It is about liberating yourself, about severing the chains that bind you to the past, and about letting go of the resentment and bitterness that poisons your own heart, that clouds your own mind. Forgive, not for them, but for yourself. Principle 2. The unassuming majesty of humility. Beyond the ego's grasp, the spiritual path, in its essence, is often described as a journey of ego dissolution, a gradual, often arduous, shedding of the false sense of self, the illusion of separation that keeps us imprisoned in our own limited perspective, that prevents us from experiencing the boundless interconnectedness of all things. Humility is a crucial virtue on this sacred path, a vital key to unlocking the doors of deeper wisdom, profound compassion, and ultimately to the liberation of the soul. But what is humility really? This virtue, so often lauded, is so easily misunderstood. It is often mistaken for self-deprecation, for a shrinking away from praise or recognition, for a false modesty that masks a hidden pride. However, true humility is something far more profound, something far more transformative. It is the unwavering realization that you are not, in fact, the center of the universe. It is the deep understanding that you are a small, yet undeniably integral, part of a vast and interconnected web of life, a single thread in a tapestry of infinite complexity. Let us delve deeper into the distinction between the ego and humility, for it is here that the true power of this virtue lies. The ego, that persistent voice chattering incessantly within your head, is constantly seeking validation, relentless recognition, and an unwavering sense of control. It whispers to you, often subtly, that you are special, that you are unique, that you are, in some way, more important, more deserving than those around you. Humility, in stark contrast, whispers a very different message, a message of profound interconnectedness. You are a part of something greater than yourself. Your worth is not determined by your achievements, by your possessions, or by the accolades you receive. Your inherent worth stems from your inextricable connection to all beings, from your inherent participation in the unfolding drama of existence. One of the ego's most tenacious illusions is the unwavering belief that we are, in fact, in control. We cling desperately to our carefully laid plans, to our meticulously crafted expectations, and to our deeply held desires, striving relentlessly to shape the world to our liking, to mold reality into the image we have constructed within our minds. Humility, in its gentle wisdom, teaches us to surrender to the flow of life, to accept that things do not always go according to our plans, to find peace and even grace in the midst of uncertainty, in the swirling currents of the unknown. A humble heart is, by its very nature, an open heart, a heart ready to receive wisdom from all sources, regardless of how humble or unassuming they may appear. When you labor under the delusion that you already know everything, when you allow your ego to convince you that you have mastered all there is to learn, you effectively shut yourself off from the very possibility of growth, of expanding your understanding, of deepening your connection to the truth. Humility empowers you to listen deeply, to genuinely consider different perspectives, to acknowledge, with unwavering honesty, that you do not possess all the answers, that there is always more to learn, always more to discover. Embrace the path of humility, and you embrace the very essence of wisdom. Principle 3. Reclaiming sovereignty. Navigating the currents of influence within the vast and intricate landscape of your life. You are the architect, the master builder of your own destiny, the captain standing firmly at the helm of your own ship, charting your own course through the boundless ocean of possibilities. But how often, in the busyness of your daily existence, do you relinquish this power, this inherent agency, allowing yourself to be swayed by the whims of others, allowing their opinions, their expectations, their subtle and not so subtle judgments to dictate your direction, to define your worth, to confine you within a prison of their making? This is a subtle, often unconscious, form of bondage, a self-imposed prison that limits your potential, stifles your creativity, and ultimately prevents you from living authentically, from expressing the unique and precious gift that you are born to share with the world. The path to true freedom, to lasting joy, lies in reclaiming your sovereignty, in resolutely recognizing that you, and only you, are the ultimate authority in your own life, that your heart, your intuition, your deepest values are the most reliable compass you possess. The forces that subtly, almost imperceptibly, seek to control your life, to steer you away from your true path, are often subtle and insidious, difficult to discern in the cacophony of daily existence. They may manifest in the seemingly benevolent intentions of well-meaning family members who, driven by their own anxieties and expectations, pressure you to conform to their preconceived notions of success, happiness, or fulfillment. They may arise from the pervasive societal norms, the often unspoken rules that dictate how you should live, how you should dress, what career you should pursue, and whom you should love. And perhaps most insidiously, they may emanate from your own inner critic, that relentless voice within your mind, constantly whispering doubts, planting seeds of insecurity, and relentlessly telling you that you are not good enough, not worthy enough, not capable enough to pursue your dreams. It is therefore absolutely essential to cultivate the art of discernment, to hone your ability to distinguish between helpful guidance, offered with genuine love and concern, and harmful manipulation, born of fear, insecurity, or a desire to control. Listen with an open heart to the advice and insights of others, but always, without fail, filter those external voices through the unwavering lens of your own intuition, your own deepest values, your own innate wisdom. Ultimately, the sacred decision of which path to follow, which choices to embrace, and which direction to pursue is yours and yours alone. One of the most powerful acts of self-assertion, one of the most potent declarations of your sovereignty, is the often underestimated ability to say no, to set boundaries, to protect your energy, and to prioritize your own well-being. Say no to obligations that drain your energy, that leave you feeling depleted and resentful. Say no to relationships that consistently undermine your self-worth, that leave you feeling diminished and unseen. Say no to expectations, whether imposed by others or by yourself, that do not align with your true self, that stifle your spirit, and that prevent you from living a life of authenticity and joy. Saying no is not selfish. It is not unkind. It is, in fact, an act of self-preservation, a testament to your unwavering commitment to honoring your own needs and protecting your own well-being. Principle 4. The alchemy of listening, transforming sound into wisdom. The world around you, in all its breathtaking complexity and profound mystery, is a living, breathing symphony of sound, the gentle rustling of leaves in a summer breeze, the vibrant chatter of a bustling city street, the soothing rhythm of ocean waves crashing against the shore, the quiet, almost imperceptible whispers of your own heart, yearning to be heard. But how often, in the whirlwind of your daily life, do you truly listen? Listening, in its truest form, is far more than just the mere act of hearing, of passively registering the sounds that reach your ears. It is a conscious, deliberate act of paying attention, of being fully present in the moment, and of allowing those sounds to penetrate your being, to resonate within your soul, and to transform, through the alchemical process of awareness, into wisdom and profound understanding. Most of us, conditioned by the fast-paced, information-saturated world in which we live, listen only to the surface level of communication, focusing primarily on the literal words being spoken, while completely missing the deeper, more nuanced meaning that lies beneath the surface. True listening involves paying close attention to the subtle cues of body language, to the delicate inflections of tone of voice, and to the often unspoken emotions, the currents of feeling that swirl beneath the surface of conscious awareness. When you truly listen to another human being, when you give them your full, undivided attention, you create a sacred space, a sanctuary of empathy, within which a profound connection can blossom. You begin to see the world, however briefly, through their eyes, to understand their unique experiences, to appreciate their struggles, and to connect with them on a deeper, more authentic level. And perhaps the most profound, the most transformative form of listening is the quiet, almost devotional act of listening to the silence within. By gently quieting the incessant chatter of your own mind, by creating a still and spacious sanctuary within your own being, you create space for your intuition to speak, for your inner wisdom to guide you, and for the voice of your soul to whisper its secrets into your heart. Principle 5. Embracing impermanence. The dance of acceptance, life in its essence, is a constant, ever-flowing river, a dynamic dance of creation and destruction, of radiant joy and heart-wrenching sorrow. Nothing, absolutely nothing, remains the same for long. Everything is in a state of perpetual change, of constant flux, of inevitable transition. This is the fundamental law of impermanence, one of the cornerstones of Buddhist philosophy, a truth that permeates every aspect of existence. Yet, in our human frailty, we often resist this inherent reality, clinging desperately to our desires, to our carefully constructed expectations, and to our deep-seated fears, striving relentlessly to hold on to things that are, by their very nature, destined to fade away, to dissolve back into the ever-flowing river of time. The root cause of suffering, in the Buddhist understanding, lies precisely in this clinging, in our attachment to permanence, in our deep-seated belief that we can somehow control the uncontrollable flow of life. We crave stability, we yearn for predictability, we long for security, and we desperately want things to stay the way they are, to remain unchanged, to be impervious to the ravages of time. But this desire, this yearning, is a fundamental illusion, a misunderstanding of the very nature of reality. Life, in its essence, is inherently unpredictable, inherently uncertain, and the sooner we accept this fundamental truth, the sooner we can begin to find true peace. Letting go, surrendering to the flow of impermanence, is not about giving up hope, about becoming passive and apathetic, or about abandoning your dreams and aspirations. It is rather about releasing your frantic grip on the things that are ultimately beyond your control, about trusting that everything is unfolding as it should, in its own perfect timing, even when the path ahead seems shrouded in darkness. The only moment that truly exists, the only point of reality that is ever accessible to you, is the present moment. By consciously choosing to focus your attention on the here and now, rather than dwelling on the perceived failures of the past or anxiously worrying about the potential catastrophes of the future, you can fully embrace the richness, the beauty, and the profound potential of life, exactly as it is unfolding in this very moment. Principle 6. The treasures of simplicity, unveiling true wealth. Our modern world, saturated with images of luxury and driven by the relentless pursuit of material possessions, often equates wealth with the things we accumulate, with the sheer volume of objects we surround ourselves with the status symbols we acquire to broadcast our success to the world. But the Buddha, in his timeless wisdom, taught that true wealth lies not in what we have, but in what we are. It is not measured in bank accounts or real estate holdings, but in the inner qualities we cultivate: contentment, compassion, wisdom, and the unwavering peace that arises from living in harmony with our true selves. Let us examine the subtle, yet incredibly powerful, trap of consumerism, that insidious force that preys on our insecurities, exploits our desires, and constantly whispers in our ears that we need more clothes, more gadgets, more experiences in order to be happy, to be fulfilled, to be worthy of love and acceptance. But this, dear friends, is a lie. It is a carefully constructed illusion designed to keep us trapped in a cycle of endless wanting, a cycle that ultimately leads to dissatisfaction, to a feeling of emptiness that no amount of material possessions can ever fill. True happiness, lasting joy, comes from within, not from external possessions. It arises from cultivating a sense of inner peace, from embracing simplicity, and from appreciating the abundance that already exists in your life. This brings us to the profound virtue of contentment, the ability to find joy in the present moment, to be grateful for what you have rather than constantly yearning for what you lack. Contentment is not about settling for less or giving up on your dreams. It is about recognizing the inherent value of your present circumstances, about appreciating the simple pleasures of life: a warm cup of tea on a cold day, a heartfelt conversation with a loved one, the beauty of a sunset, the laughter of a child, and understanding that these moments, these seemingly insignificant details, are the very building blocks of a rich. And intertwined with contentment is the equally vital practice of gratitude, a powerful antidote to the negative emotions of envy, resentment, and the constant feeling of not enough. By consciously shifting your focus to what you are grateful for, by taking the time to acknowledge the blessings in your life, both large and small, you fundamentally alter your perspective. You begin to see the world in a more positive light, and you cultivate a deep sense of appreciation for the abundance that surrounds you. Keep a gratitude journal. Take a moment each day to reflect on the things you are thankful for, and watch as your heart fills with joy and your life transforms in unexpected ways. Principle 7. The Alchemist Within. Transforming setbacks into gold life, as we all know too well, is not a perfectly smooth and predictable journey. It is, rather, a complex and often unpredictable tapestry, intricately woven with threads of vibrant joy and profound sorrow, resounding success and crushing failure. The key, therefore, is not to desperately try to avoid the difficult, the challenging, or the painful threads, but to learn, with patience and compassion, how to transform them into something beautiful, something meaningful, something that adds depth and richness to the overall tapestry of your existence. Setbacks are an inevitable part of the human experience. They will come in various forms, no matter how carefully you plan, no matter how diligently you work, and no matter how virtuous you strive to be. But setbacks do not have to define you. They do not have to break you. They can, in fact, become powerful catalysts for growth, invaluable opportunities for learning, and transformative experiences that shape you into a stronger, more resilient, and more compassionate version of yourself. The first step in transforming setbacks into gold is to consciously shift your perspective, to choose to see them not as personal failures or insurmountable obstacles, but as temporary detours on the road to your ultimate destination, as opportunities to learn valuable lessons, and as challenges that will ultimately make you stronger. How you perceive a setback will, in large part, determine how it affects you. If you allow yourself to be consumed by self-doubt, if you dwell on your perceived inadequacies, and if you see the setback as a definitive end, you will likely feel discouraged, defeated, and utterly incapable of moving forward. But if you consciously choose to reframe the situation, if you approach it with curiosity and a willingness to learn, if you see it as a temporary challenge rather than a permanent condemnation, you can use it as a springboard for growth. You can extract valuable insights from the experience, and you can emerge from the ashes stronger, wiser, and more resilient than ever before. Intertwined with this shift in perspective is the development of resilience, that essential quality that enables you to bounce back from adversity, to overcome challenges, and to continue moving forward, even when the path ahead seems shrouded in darkness. Resilience is not about being invincible, about never experiencing pain or disappointment. It is, rather, about having the courage to keep going, even when things get tough, about trusting in your own inner strength, and about knowing that you have the capacity to overcome whatever obstacles life throws your way. Finally, embrace the profound gift of imperfection, recognizing that it is not something to be ashamed of, but rather something to be celebrated as an inherent part of the human experience. Perfection is an illusion, a false and unattainable ideal that sets us up for disappointment, that fuels our self-criticism, and that prevents us from fully embracing the beauty of our own unique and imperfect selves. Embrace your imperfections, your mistakes, your flaws, and your vulnerabilities. They are not signs of weakness, but rather badges of honor, testaments to your courage, your authenticity, and your willingness to learn and grow. They are what make you human, what make you unique, and what ultimately make you beautiful. Principle 8. The gentle reminder. Embracing mortality with open eyes, death, that great inevitability, that ultimate mystery, is the one certainty that awaits us all, regardless of our wealth, our status, our beliefs, or our achievements. Yet, in our daily lives, we often avoid thinking about it, preferring to live as if we will exist forever, as if our time on this earth is unlimited. But confronting our own mortality, facing the reality that our lives are finite, can be a powerful catalyst for profound change, for living a more meaningful, more purposeful, and more fulfilling life. Reflecting on our mortality is not about becoming morbid, pessimistic, or fearful. It is not about dwelling on the end, but about embracing the preciousness of each moment, about living with intention and gratitude, and about prioritizing the things that truly matter. By acknowledging the impermanence of life, we gain a newfound appreciation for the present moment, for the beauty of nature, for the connections we share with others, and for the simple joys that often go unnoticed. One of the most common traps we fall into is taking time for granted, squandering precious moments on trivial pursuits, on mindless distractions, and on things that, in the grand scheme of things, simply don't matter. Reflecting on our mortality reminds us that time is a finite resource, that every moment is a gift, and that we have a responsibility to use it wisely. Furthermore, acknowledging our mortality provides us with invaluable clarity of perspective, allowing us to reevaluate our priorities, to let go of petty grievances, to release unnecessary worries, and to focus our energy on cultivating love, connection, purpose, and inner peace. When you realize that your life is finite, that your time on this earth is limited, you begin to prioritize what truly matters. You let go of the things that no longer serve you, and you strive to live each day with intention and purpose. Ultimately, embracing our mortality is not about retreating from life, but about embracing it fully, with open eyes and an open heart. It is about living each day as if it were your last, savoring every moment, appreciating every connection, and making the most of the precious time you have been given. It is about living a life of meaning, a life of purpose, and a life of love. And so, dear companions on this path, we arrive at the sacred threshold, the gentle conclusion of our exploration. We've journeyed together through 8 timeless principles, each a shimmering facet of the Buddhist profound wisdom, designed to guide you towards a life lived in unwavering peace, regardless of the storms that may rage around you. These are not mere words to be memorized, intellectual concepts to be dissected and analyzed. These teachings are the seeds of transformation, patiently waiting to be planted within the fertile ground of your heart, to take root, to flourish, and to blossom into the fullness of your own awakened being. Remember, dear friends, the path to lasting inner peace is not about escaping the challenges of life, about retreating into some secluded sanctuary. It is, rather, about learning to navigate the complexities of existence with grace, with unwavering wisdom, and with an unshakable sense of your own inherent worth. The core teaching, woven throughout each of these principles, is simple yet profoundly transformative: to cultivate a mind so still, so centered in the ever-present now, that the external world, with all its distractions and dramas, gradually loses its power to disturb, to control, to define you. The enduring lesson, etched in the very fabric of these words, is that by embracing these principles, by consciously integrating them into the very fiber of your being, we discover the quiet strength, the unflappable core, that resides, waiting to be awakened, within us all. Take these teachings to heart. Allow them to resonate within your soul. Experiment with them in your daily life. Watch with gentle curiosity and unwavering patience as your life begins to unfold with newfound clarity, with renewed purpose, and with a deepening sense of joy that arises not from external circumstances, but from the unwavering peace within. Thank you, from the depths of my heart, for joining me on this sacred journey. Your presence, your attention, your willingness to explore these profound truths is deeply appreciated. If this exploration resonated with you, if it sparked a flicker of hope, a glimmer of understanding within your heart, please take a moment right now to subscribe to this channel and become a part of our growing community of awakened souls. Your generous support allows us to continue creating content that inspires, that empowers, and that helps to illuminate the path to a more peaceful, more meaningful, and more joyful existence for all. And now, I extend an invitation. What resonated most deeply with you in this exploration? Which of these principles sparked the greatest curiosity, ignited the most profound sense of recognition within your being? Share your thoughts, your insights, your questions in the comments below. It is through your feedback, through your shared experiences, that we co-create this vibrant space for spiritual growth, for mutual support, and for collective awakening. And if you have suggestions, what do you want to see next? May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings realize their own true nature. Until our paths cross again, may your journey be blessed with unwavering peace, boundless compassion, and the enduring wisdom that resides within you. Namaste.